Hello, everybody. It's Kate, the Courageous Inspirer Coach, and we're about to go live. It's just taking a few minutes to get in there. Here we go. We're all set up. We're set up. Okay, so this is a little bit different to what we've been doing. So I've just been doing a live little post into the group per week, but we thought we might take it up another notch. And also because we're creating a YouTube channel and we're going to be making all these episodes, all these lives each week into episodes that you'll be able to tap into and look at all previous ones and ones coming up. So that's pretty exciting that we're moving into the YouTube area. So this week we're covering the 13 ways that you may stay healthy at work. So the reason why we're focused on health at the moment is, you may not know, that we are running a Manifest Your Health challenge. So we run a manifestation challenge every month, and this month it's all about health. So when we're working in the space of health and we're getting ready for the manifestation process at the end of the month, we really hone in on what it means to create as many healthy habits as we possibly can in life, personally and professionally. So I did a couple of lives this week as well, out on hikes, just talking about, the benefits of getting out in nature and being out and sort of connecting at that level. And there's so much mindfulness that occurs when you're able to be out there hiking in that environment. But today what I'm going to focus on is more practical tips that you could do for work. Now, some of these may be like a bit like a suck egg moment. All right, I get that. But it's pretty important that you don't feel that I'm telling you to suck eggs, right? Because these are just tips that sometimes we may have forgotten them. Some days we may have created, or we might be in a part or a stage of our lives we've created some unhealthy habits, or we've just forgotten how important these habits are. So these are habits and these are patterns, all about change and all about being the best, the most healthiest version of you. So today I'm going to go through the 13 tips. So hang on tight. We're going to go through one by one. So again, just remember, some of these you may be doing, but it's about looking at perhaps expanding on some of them that you're not doing. Okay, so drink more water. It's a classic, yeah. Stay hydrated. We talk about this all the time, but almost, the most of our body is made up of water. It's a massive amount. So we need to keep hydrated. And the hydration, that water hydration, allows you to keep alert and energized throughout the workday. So often when we find perhaps that we're kind of, we're getting a little bit weary, yes, there's times in the day where our energy may drop a little bit here. That's a given. But we need to also very much recognize that we're in control of this. We're in control of understanding the importance of, I'm just popping that Facebook back on again, understanding the importance of hydration. And we really should be drinking about 8 to 10 glasses per day. And look, a nice easy way of creating a great habit or making sure that happens is perhaps getting a measurement container where you measure out what 8 cups might be, or 6 cups per day, or 10 days, whatever you're focused on achieving, and it actually does it for you. And you know that when you drink that bottle with that amount of water in it, that you've achieved your goal. All right. And particularly if you're starting to lose focus or starting to lose concentration, that's when your body is probably telling you it's getting dehydrated. But we want to avoid getting to that point. All right. So consistently drinking your water is very, 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 very important. All right. So next tip, I'm looking over here because I've got my document over here at the moment. It's just going to make it easier for me than swinging it back and forth. Yeah. So bring a packed lunch. Pretty easy. I know, pretty easy. But again, we fall into these patterns. We fall into these habits without us even knowing. We're then going down and purchasing something down the shop. Maybe we're grabbing something because we're more in a sales type role. And then generally speaking, maybe it started off very healthy doing that. And then maybe it's getting a little bit unhealthy and you're grabbing all the stuff because you're not really thinking about it too much. But when we bring our lunch, there's more intention about what we're eating and preparing that night before, preparing it on a Sunday for the week, which is what I like to do. Yeah. So what are you going to be eating? And I eat from home. So I'm talking about not just preparing your lunch if you've got to go out of your home. This is about preparing your lunch even if you work from home, because a lot of us do. It's this habit that will stop a lot, I believe, the overeating, what's occurring at the moment with this change of work location. So prepare your lunch even if you are home. All right. So it might be that you prepare it in the morning, or it might be you prepare it the night before, and again, it might be you prepare your lunches for the week, because then you've got a little bit of control over that, and you know you're not going to go for the things that are unhealthy or just whatever. Okay, whatever. So bring your lunch to work wherever you may be. Number 3, make smart snack choices. All right, this is a huge one. Examples of some healthy ones: granola bars, fruits, nuts, vegetables, water-rich fruits like watermelon, strawberries, oranges. So again, it's thinking about, this snack need, and some of you are snackers more than others. But if you know you are like that, and if you know you really kind of need that energy boost at different times of the day, even if you're getting a lot of hydration, then make sure that you're prepared for that need for a snack, rather than walking into the kitchen in the office and grabbing the biscuits or whatever's lying in there, or going to your fridge and grabbing the stuff that's probably not healthy for you in there. You've got even a broader range, perhaps. So prepare your snacks. It's just as important as preparing your lunch. Yeah, just as important. And a lot of us don't think that way. All right. So reduce your caffeine consumption. So yeah, look, I like coffee. I brew my own coffee. I love my coffee. But if I didn't keep this under control and intentionally really understood the importance of keeping this under control, I would drink too much coffee. I'm just one of those people. But so just be aware again of how many cups of coffee that you are drinking and when you're drinking them. So, if you're wanting to, or if you're thinking you need a pick me up, and that biscuit and that coffee is going to do that at 3 o'clock, it's not. I hate to say it, it's not. It's going to peak you for a little while, and then it's just going to dive you down even further. So you want to grab the healthy snacks. You want to drink more water rather than grabbing the coffee thinking that's what's going to keep you awake. Yeah. So reduce your coffee consumption. And I'm not going to go on about it because I drink coffee too. So I'm not here for that. All right. Next one, utilize good posture. This is really important, and something that I don't think a lot of us necessarily think about, the importance of your posture during long periods of time at work. So if you're at home, or if you're in the office, this would be the same thing. Yeah. And I actually talk through this a fair bit, and I've got 5 really cool exercises that you can do at your desk. So if anyone wants that guide, reach out, put your hand up on this live, and let me know, and we'll get it out to you. But moving away, this is what we mean by this. So looking at your posture, not only when you're at the computer, so if you find yourself kind of slumping over, or you're in an awkward position, or the computer's at an awkward position here, or too far away, whatever it might be, you have to really look at how you're sitting and how straight and upright your posture is. Yeah, it's very, very important. So none of this sinking into the seat, particularly if you're sitting in your seat for long periods of time. And whatever job that you're doing, particularly if you're sitting like this for a long period of time, you want to get away regularly. And when I say regularly, I work with my clients to support them understanding the power of recharging focus and concentration when they move away from what they're doing in one position, from a work point of view and a sitting point of view, to moving away, moving the body, and then coming back. And then coming back and doing what needs to be done to refocus and reconcentrate and get your posture back in line. You could be moving away every hour for 1 minute. All right. It doesn't mean that you have to find 3 hours in your day to be doing something else, not at the desk. Clearly, if you can get out and you can go for a walk, and if you can move your body and be active in that way, I strongly suggest that you do that. All right. But what's your posture? What's your posture at work? Stand up for a while. If you're lucky enough to have even one of those desks that move up and down, I am vested in one of those. Stand up and work for a while, or get an exercise ball, the big balls, the fitness balls. Sit on that for a little while. Just move around and utilize your posture. Don't stay in the one position. All right. Okay. Next one, take breaks regularly, which is what I covered. So this is really, really important, this tip, there is so much benefit for moving away and coming back, yeah, for focus and concentration in particular, and a lot of other things. But if you try and track this a little bit, I'm working with the girls this month on productivity. If you can track your limit. So what is your limit of focus and concentration? For some, it might be an hour. For others, it might be 2 hours. For other people, it might be 4 hours. Everybody's got a different ability to do that. But you need to tap in and learn that and understand that, so then you can move away and then come back. Move away and then come back. So taking those breaks and being aware on when your breaks are the right breaks for you. All right, next one. Keep your workplace clean. This is huge, right? Because I have to be careful of this, because I get so caught up in everything that then I look at my desk and go, oh my God, there's like, dust and what knows on it and all this stuff on it all the time, particularly cleanliness. Just keep your office space clean. You spend a lot of time probably there. So take care of that space. Treat that space with respect. Open up declutter. Very, very, very important to declutter, because that allows goodness to be received, but also clean. All right. So really have a look at keeping that cleanliness going in your workspace, and use good hygiene practices. So more than ever now, I think we've been taught the importance of that. So, making sure not, hygiene, the pumps every 5 seconds. We probably don't need to go that far, which is what we're all told, but keeping hygienic by things like not sneezing all over your equipment. All right. So, there's so many reasons why you can sneeze into your armpit or go away and sneeze rather than sneezing over everything. This is just ways of creating germ, and our immunes have been hit in so many ways over the last couple of years. So we've really got to be very aware of how to keep that level of hygienic space around us and be hygienic in our habits. All right. So keep hygienic practices. All right, incorporate exercise into your day. So this falls back a little bit with, I've got these tips of what you can do sitting or standing at your desk and only needing a minimal amount of space around you to actually do a little bit of exercise, or really, really the best scenario would be if you've allocated some level of time within your day to do some activity. Now, this could be more, I would say, around the 15 to half an hour mark. So, going for a walk, doing some stretches. Maybe you're in an environment at home where you can put on a yoga tape, or you can do some resistance work, or anything that you possibly can. Getting outside for a walk, probably the best, if you can incorporate some exercise within your day, within your work day. So not necessarily you've finished work and then you're rushing off to the gym. That's a bit different. Okay. So we're looking at incorporating some exercise during your workday. And now we're in this environment where a lot of us are working from home. In my opinion, there is no excuses why you shouldn't be able to find 20 minutes to 30 minutes in your day to move away and do some activity, move your body. All right. We've got that opportunity now. All right. So practice meditation. This is huge, right? So in your breaks, or in those times when you're moving away to come back for more focus and concentration, and you're changing your posture, it might be that you've got a reprogramming tape while you're walking, getting both done, yeah? Or it might be that you're moving away somewhere quiet and doing a 10-minute meditation, right? That's it. You might be doing some breath work, whatever it might take, but that meditational state, that mindfulness ability for you to step into, to then go back into that more energy of work, energy requirement, is only going to give you so much more focus and concentration, and it's going to be very, very healthy for your mind. So if you could do some meditation in some way or form, brilliant. In your workday. Remember, we're talking about during your workday, not after or not before. Learn stress management techniques. Okay, so I'm going to read a couple of these. These may include listening to your favorite music or podcast. Massive, right? I'm very big on this, particularly with music. So if I'm, my energy's in the wrong place, or I need creativity, or I need some masculine sort of energy, or whatever it might be, or rocket up, I put on music that primes me and stimulates me. It anchors me into that feeling. Yeah. So podcasts, music, using time management apps, massive. This is the work that I'm doing with the girls at the moment. So there's a lot of deadlines and scheduling and really being structured in how you're working. Structure in work is very, very handy, and not just structuring in work tasks, structuring some of these other things in meditation, exercise, walking away, having an alarm that every hour on the hour for 1 minute you move away. So creating these time management apps is very important. Asking co-workers and supervisors for support, or even the people around you, to complete tasks, right? We only know if people are willing and really excited to help if we ask, right? We don't need to do everything our own. We do have the ability, and a lot of people love the opportunity to support others. So ask, yeah? And socializing with your co-workers is very important. And again, it's a little bit more difficult these days because a lot of the work is done at home, and we're online now, but that doesn't mean that you can't have communities and connections outside, but are a part of what you do in work. All right. So really, really important. All right. Next one, get sufficient sleep. Pretty important. Pretty important. Yep. I'd rate that right up there. And it's look, on typical, people need somewhere between 6 to 8 hours sleep, right? That's the norm. We may all be slightly less or more than that, but generally speaking, it's enough for the body to rest. What I think is actually probably more important is how you go into that time of rest. So it's downloading and it's getting everything out of the mind about what you may need to do tomorrow out the night before, and reflecting on the day that was, letting it all out there, letting all that chaos and that noise out of your mind. So then when you're going into that sleep, into that rest place, you truly can rest, right? But sleeping and getting sufficient sleep and good sleep is critical. And reward yourself. This is probably one of my favorites, is reward yourself. This is so healthy in creating a good, empowering, stimulated, inspiring self, right? By rewarding oneself, it gives you that momentum to keep going, that want to keep going. You're recognizing yourself. Reward yourself. What do you like doing? Is it that you like going out shopping for the afternoon, or a massage for the afternoon, or for me, or for a hike? That's how I reward myself. But find ways within your work week of how you reward yourself, and really treat it as a reward for staying healthy at work. All right. So they're my 13 tips, 13 ways that you may stay more healthy at work. As I said, some of these you may do. Maybe you need to up them up a little bit, or try some of the new ones. Maybe try some of the ones that I've spoken about today that you kind of thought about, but you're not doing at the moment. As many healthy ways, healthy habits that you create in your work environment, the better. And when we try and create these habits outside of work, and we're like, I'm at work now, I've just got to cope with it, I'll go to the gym afterwards, I'll eat a good dinner. That's not really what we're looking for here, guys. We're wanting to create this healthy environment in work and in our life outside of work, right? So personally and professionally, these healthy habits are important in both. So there's my tips on the 13 ways that you can stay healthy at work. Health is so important to me. Most of the things that I do in my life is focused on health, including my programs. If you're really interested in knowing more about how I support the women that I work with to create really strong, long-lasting, healthy habits, then reach out. All you need to do is reach out, and we'll have a call and we'll brainstorm how we could create a more healthy environment for you. So on that note, it's Kate, the Courageous Inspirer Coach. I hope you've enjoyed the live this week. Next week, we're going to be talking about mental health strategies. Okay, so ways that we can really create a healthy environment in our mind. All right, so really, really, really cool. I'll see you next week. Bye for now.